Hey there, Essentials Mamas. This is a recap of week 1, starting with what we covered in the EEL portion. We introduced the idea of sentence structure, purposes, and patterns, and talked about how many different combinations we could create. We studied charts A and B. This week, you will want your students to practice charts A and B orally and by copying chart A down over and over again, specifically the structures, purposes, and patterns. Remember, we also have little chants and songs for those. So for the structures, it's what are the 4 sentence structures? What are the 4 sentence structures? Simple, compound, complex, compound, complex, simple, compound, complex, compound, complex. And then for the 4 purposes, we do hand motions. What are the 4 purposes of a sentence? Declarative, that's our period. Exclamatory, exclamation mark. Interrogative. Imperative. All right, and then for the 7 sentence patterns, we have SVI, SVTDO, SVLPN, SVLPA, SVTDIODO, SVTDOCN, SVTDOCA, SVTDOCA. Jesus forgives, Jesus saves us, Jesus is Savior, Jesus is humble, Jesus gives me strength, Jesus calls me his child, Jesus made me holy, Jesus made me holy. All right, remember with chart B, we're just attending to that chart, paying attention to the different purposes and how that works, and basically doing kind of like a treasure hunt with those sentences. No big deal. Okay, and then for math, just practice the math facts, and you can also play National Number Knockout at home if you wish. For writing, we are working in lessons 1 and 2. You want your students to be able to retell their keyword outline that they created in class. So starting today, you'll want them to be able to look at this. They'll read it, they'll think, then they'll look up at you, look you in the eye, and say come up with a sentence from their keyword outline. All right. For further practice, you'll flip over to lesson 2. Read the Lighthouse of Alexandria paragraph. Go sentence by sentence to create that keyword outline. Remember, with keyword outlines, we have a maximum of 3 words. Symbols, numbers, and abbreviations are free. And you do one sentence per line, just starting with the big Roman numeral 1 for the first sentence. And you'll have them create another keyword outline for extra practice and then retell that. Also in lesson 2, you have the introduction to the ly adverb dress up. So have your students pick out a good ly adverb for that keyword outline just to kind of write in, even if it's not an actual part of the outline, and have them practice with those ly adverbs on page 23 of the ancient history-based writing text. All right, I would, for next week, I want to hear at least one sentence retold from one of the 2 keyword outlines. And if anybody has a really juicy ly adverb that they want to share with the class, I would love to hear it. See you next week.